Hi friends, this is Krish, the Urban Naxal. Friends, sometimes we forget to talk about the most obvious things, the things that we should have talked about early on. Today, I remembered that I have never, ever talked about the sequential process by which the real estate industry, the marketers, hook you and basically put you into a bottle. As they say in Hindi, बाटली में उतार देते हैं. Right now, I am going to describe the process from A to Z in a sequential manner, chronology को समझो. So, first of all, there are all those newspaper advertisements that you will be getting, large advertisements which shows, people having a fantastic lifestyle. They may be Lodha ads, they may be ads of other builders, and you're going to feel like calling. Now, this is a starting for the conversation. You may also receive SMSs. If you're like me, you will be receiving SMSs in your phone every day. What is a typical mindset for a person who wants to go to the builder's office, to the builder's sales office? That person will usually be earning a good amount of money. It will happen that some couples, they start earning money. At first they are earning 25-30,000 per month. Then they have gone on to earning 50, 60, 70, 80,000 per month. So you got a couple, if both of them are earning around 60, they are making 1.2 lakhs per month. Or maybe more if one person is earning, let's say the husband is earning 1 lakh and so on, or the wife is earning 1 lakh. So there are these high paying jobs. Once you have these reasonably high paying jobs where you're earning 60, 70, 80, 1 lakh, and you're a couple, you have a mentality of wanting to settle down, wanting to have a place of your own. Currently, you may be living on rent, but people will start saying, "Arey beta, why don't you buy a house?" and so on. Now, you are very suggestible in that frame of mind. This is a typical demographic. Another typical demographic I can think of is someone has been successful, age of 35, 40. He has got some amount of good savings. Maybe they are living in a joint family, but things are getting very, sour. And the wife says, "Hey, listen, we should move out. We should separate from the joint family." This is another demographic. Kids will be around 10, 12 years old. And you feel, hey, we deserve a better house. So these are some common demographics or common states of life, stages of life when you will be feeling like moving into a house. And these are the kind of people who will typically go to a builder's sales office. Now, why do they go to a builder's sales office? Usually, they would have responded to an advertisement or an SMS or something on the internet. So, they may have searched a certain project, let us say Lodha Palava city or Runwal My city or something, Ruparel Realty. You just give a search and you will come to their web page, but their web page does not give you any information. The moment you click on download brochure, instead of giving you a brochure, it will immediately ask for your name, your number and so on, your budget, your income, all these kind of details. Whether you want 1 BHK, 2 BHK, 3 BHK and so on. So the moment you click on that and they take your information, then you may get a PDF file or you may not even get a PDF file. You may not get any further information. But next day onwards, you start receiving calls. Now those calls, you may start getting calls from one builder. You may start getting calls from many builders. So if you clicked on 99 acres, then you are likely to start getting calls from many builders. So there are a large number of these websites. The moment you click on one of them, you start getting calls from builders, but they are not builders. They are telecallers. They are telecallers engaged by not even builders, sometimes channel partners. Now, the person who talks to you has only one objective in mind: tell you to go to the sales office. They will say, please visit our site office, and they will give you all kind of hooks. They will give you all kind of reasons to visit their site office. A common one is they will say, sir, we have our launch event this Sunday. Or they will say, sir, for Gudi Padwa we are having a very special event, or we are having a very special event for New Year or Holi or Christmas, or a wide variety of things, anything. Now they will call you to their office. That is the typical thing. And if you land up in their office, saying so and so's name, so some person called Sheetal calls you and says, sir, I'm Sheetal speaking from Runwal. She may not be Sheetal speaking from Runwal. She would be a telecaller, a channel partner. Now, if you ask for more information, then maybe they will give you more information, a little more information, but their whole objective is to take you to the sales office. This is where the rubber meets the road. Don't think that they are calling you to the office because they want to give you more information. The office, the sales office, is where they are going to take control of your mind. Now, I have said this before many times. I have said it is like hypnosis. I have said there are psychological control techniques. There are all kind of techniques. So these are stages. Number 1, you see an ad. Number 2, you click on a website. Number 3, you get a call, and you get numerous calls. You get SMSs, you get WhatsApps. All of them want you to visit the site office or the sales office. Now they say site office, so you think that you are actually going to see the place. That is your psychology. Site office means from the site, from that office you're going to site the place, the flat, the project, and so on. But that is almost never going to happen. What is going to happen is, within the site office, you are very quickly processed. Now I'm going to explain the route to you so that you understand how it is that people are sold flats. So you are very quickly processed. How are you processed? First, they make you fill up a form. They will offer you coffee, etc. If you're gone as a couple or if you're gone as a family, they are reading you. They are studying your behavior. They are figuring out whether your wife is dominant, whether you are dominant. Okay, they will use all kind of methods to do that. You will have a female employee in a short skirt come up to you and talk to you or to your wife, and the way you respond, etc., is being studied. So once they have figured out who is dominant, they know what are the games they can play with you, psychological games, to control you. They will then process you very quickly so that you are taken to a different frame of mind. Now there are a number of sales tactics. There are a number of methods by which the salesmen get inside your head. One of the main things is that the people who are sent to talk to you will very quickly set themselves up as being friends and well-wishers. You stop thinking of them as salespeople, and if you got an inferiority complex, then they will give you a lot of approval, and sometimes they will withhold approval, and they will want you to convince them that you are a genuine customer. This is very bad for you. If you try to convince them that you are a genuine customer, if you start feeling in your mind that you have to convince them that you are a genuine customer, then you are already in very deep trouble. They have taken control of your mind. So please watch out. They try to set up a situation where they become your buddies, your friends, the people from your village or from your town or from your state, and they will find something in common with you or with your wife. Okay, and you may suddenly realize that your wife is convinced straight away that this is a good place. For reasons that are not very well thought out, you or your wife will start getting extremely convinced. You may start arguing, you may start putting each other down. Your wife will start putting you down, or you start putting her down. You keep quiet, you don't talk like this, shut up, what will they think of us? All these kind of conversations may start happening. All of that indicates that they are controlling you. Now they will give you information. It is not good, clean, clear information. It is propaganda. It is mind control stuff. They are going to show you a model which may not accurately depict the reality of what exactly the life in that tower will be, or life in that compound, in that project is going to be. It will not depict that, but it gives you a very rosy picture. They will show you a model, a 3D model. They will take you to the sample flat, where again it is not depicting exactly what your flat is, but it gives you a very rosy model, and it kind of puts you into a different zone. In your mind, you go into a different zone where you're living in heaven. Okay, it may give you an inferiority complex. It will trigger your brain to do silly things, and basically they are just clogging your brain with unnecessary stupid bullshit. You may have sales guys making tall claims, coming up to you and saying things like, sir, last year we have delivered 11,000 or 11 million square feet or some such nonsense. And he won't even say we, he will say I. He will kind of see whether you are submissive or not. They will try to make you submissive. Now, most people have tendency to be civil, decent. You act like a guest in their office. You are not going to act like a customer. You start acting like a guest, which is again very bad for you. It means that they are sort of putting their fingers into your brain and they are beginning to control you. If you started feeling like a guest, like an honored guest, and you start feeling a sense of obligation, you feel thankful to them for treating you so well and so on, you are in trouble. You will enter into a zone where you start thinking, just for getting approval from them, you will start saying things like, yeah, this is a beautiful project, yeah, I like this, yeah, I like that. And they will tend to take you down a road where you keep saying yes. Sir, do you want coffee? Yes. Sir, will you fill up this form? Yes. Sir, do you like this? Did you like this thing, sample flat? Yes. Did you think it was beautiful? Yes. Okay, sir, I'm sure you want your family to be happy. Yes. You have been thinking of a flat as a good place for your family to grow. Yes. You must notice that all these are yes. Now it seems logical, but there is more to it than just the logical fashion in which you will say yes. When you are saying yes, your brain is being switched off. You are not going to be in a skeptical frame of mind, in an argumentative frame of mind. You keep saying yes, and you are going into the place where they want you to go. They may want you to then sit, they may show you some other things, they may show you brochures, they may show you a short film showing what a wonderful place their Runwal My City or Palava City or downtown or whatever blah blah is. They will show you these things, and then they will take you in front of a guy called the closing manager. Now when they take you in front of the closing manager and you sit down, they will introduce him as the closing manager. Now this is a psychological trick again. When they are introducing him as the closing manager and you're sitting down on that table along with your family, and the closing manager asks you, yes sir, so how did you feel sir, how did you like this, how did you like that, how are you today, can I order you a coffee, all these things, you are actually in a very dangerous situation. You may not know it, you may think that you are free, that you can walk away, but You are really being controlled very, very tightly. You are in a situation, it's like a fish nibbling on the bait. If it swallows the bait, the hook is going to get in right here, and then the fisherman is going to take the fish out of the water. You are in that situation. You are looking at the bait, you are sniffing at the bait. You, your wife, maybe your dad and mom, you're all sitting there, and very often this situation happens in a kind of a party environment, especially when they have a launch event or something like that. You'll have 25 tables, 25 couples sitting there, or 25 family groups sitting there with 25 closing managers, and large hall, and it's like a party environment. A lot of things happening, a lot of buzz. You are in trouble, you are in danger. Then they ring a bell, you will hear them say, Mr. and Mrs. D'Souza, congratulations, you are now the proud owners of flat number 203 in Daffodil, or whatever. Now, if they say these things and these people go up there to the front, it's called the bullpen in some circles. So they call them to the front, they will cut a cake, they will give them a present, they will say you are the lucky winners of blah blah blah. All these things make you feel a sense of inferiority complex. You feel that you are being left out while someone else, some other couple just made it. It will feel like success for them, and it will feel like you are sitting here waiting to be a success, and if you don't do this, if you are not felicitated out there in front, then you guys are losers, and you, the man of the house, are a loser. I'm addressing myself right now to the man of the house, but it could very well happen to the woman of the house. Whoever is the decision maker or considers himself or herself the decision maker, you will feel like losers. So you will tend to psychologically want to be convinced. You are now going to take a stand. As it is, you have entered this place. It's a very dangerous place. Right from the moment you set foot in the builder's sales office, you were in trouble. Okay, you were in trouble because usually most people carry debit cards and credit cards, and their whole bank account, they have the capacity to make a large payment, or let us say 50,000, 1 lakh rupees. You have the capacity to make that payment, maybe more, maybe 4 lakhs, 5 lakhs, or you have the capacity to take a personal loan. So whatever kind of a capacity it is, you are in danger of using that capacity. And what you are forgetting is, there is a world outside this sales office. There are many other builders. There are many other projects, and you should really be comparing all the projects together. You should not be deciding based on what one bunch of sales guys are saying in the sales office. You should be actually sitting with all the information from, let us say, 10 different builders or 5 different builders, and then you should be shortlisting and coming to a logical conclusion. But that's not what you're going to do. What is going to happen here is, and by the way, let me just say this, they have the license to lie. Okay, all the information that you have been given, maybe some of it is a lie, maybe a lot of it is a lie. They may say the completion date is 2024. If you checked on RERA, you may find it is 2027. I'm just giving you an example of what are the kind of lies they tell you. And if you ask them, if you try to hold them responsible, if you complain to their boss, he will brush it off. So you're in the wrong place for getting the truth. You are going to get a bunch of lies, and they are licensed to lie. They are encouraged to lie. Now, under these circumstances, if you realize that you are in this setup and you are actually you're sitting there, and your family is sitting there with you before the closing manager, you are in grave danger. You should actually be getting up and going away if you know what's good for you. Take their offer, take their information, take the brochure, take everything, but don't sit there. But what they will try to do is, they will try to make you take a decision, a spot decision. Now remember, the spot decision will be based on some short-term considerations. Sir, today we are giving you an amazing Dhanteras discount. or an amazing Christmas discount and so on. And they will say the prices will start rising from next week or from tomorrow. Don't believe them. But if you have believed them already, you are in deep trouble. You are in very, very deep waters. You don't know the speed of the current. That is how much danger you are in. Now what happens at this point is you're tired. You want to resolve a conflict in your brain. Your brain may be saying, no, don't do it, don't swipe, it's a large amount of money and all that. You have a lot of inputs from inside. You have fear, you have anxiety, you know that you may regret it. But what happens is, externally everything may be in the favor of swiping the card. Your wife will be saying, you know what, I think this is a good, it's better to go for 3 BHK than 2 BHK. You can do it, you will do it, of course you can, you have the earning potential, of course we can pay back this loan. There will be inputs from your wife or from your father or from your kids that will be overriding your better sense, or from your husband for that matter, overruling your better sense, your skepticism, and it will be taking you towards swiping. Now if you swipe the card for 50,000, 1 lakh rupees, etc., it is a one-way ticket. They are going to do their best to not return it to you later on. So you may not be aware of it, but you have just entered a one-way zone. From there, if you then pay booking amount 1, booking amount 2, they will follow up very closely with you. I will tell you in another video what happens after you swipe the token, what are the processes and how things will move forward from that point onwards. But for this video, I am Krish, the Urban Naxal. Jai Hind, Jai Jawan, Jai Maharashtra, Jai Kisan.